Residents of Kigoma Ujiji Municipal. And in sports, Samata and Thiam led Fenerbahce past Pastil's MK Nakabachu. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbo. First, the national news. The government of the United Republic of Tanzania has today signed a preliminary agreement with LZ Nickel Company, whose headquarters are in the United Kingdom, to mine nickel, which is found in Ngara district, Kagera region, that will also a factory to process minerals in Kahama district, Shinyanga region. Now, the agreement was signed at Bukoba Secondary School and witnessed by President Dr. John Magufuli and other government leaders, including ministers, as well as the British High Commissioner to Tanzania. In 2015, minerals sector was producing $198 billion. Today, the sector is producing $528 billion US. Once this project begins, the country is going to earn more for the benefit of all Tanzanians. This is an international business that carries the whole meaning of partnership. I thank the government of United Kingdom and other governments in the world for their decision of investing in Tanzania. I assure investors that Tanzania is a safe country. Minerals sector is the #1 sector that contributes handsomely to our economy, where we contribute 5% of GDP. While in Tanzania, the government is monitoring closely mining sector and all activities involved. An unconfirmed number of houses has been surrounded by water, seriously damaging residents' properties, with some residents running away from their residences after last night's rain in Kigoma Ujiji Municipal, while other residents have complained of the poor infrastructure that has led to water going towards their homes.
This is the second time this is happening. We lost everything and had to flee. The water was coming in fast and ended up flooding the hostel. It is possible that this could happen again. We are sorry to all those affected. We are looking at putting right factors that can be controlled.
Zanzibar Food and Drug Agency has continued to destroy substandard goods which are unfit for human consumption, where over 20 tons of wheat flour has been destroyed after it was found to be spoiled when it reached the port of Zanzibar.
There was damage caused by the rain. The authority requires goods coming into Zanzibar to have at least 1 year to 9 months shelf life, or 6 months before the expiry date. Anyone who acts differently, legal measures will be taken against him.
Now, moving on, the Vice President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Samia Suluhu Hassan, has directed the Ministry of Information in Tanzania, mainland and Zanzibar to sit down with experts with the aim of creating a Kiswahili policy that will be used in the country, and also added that the government strategy is to ensure services and all important records in the country are provided in Kiswahili. Among the top honorary medals of Shaban Robert that will be given out today, one of them will be for our dear President, Dr. John Magufuli. I agree with the Council that Honorable President deserves this award due to his determination of ensuring that Kiswahili is given the value that it deserves within and outside our borders. According to this year's theme, Improve Kiswahili for Sustainable Development in Tanzania, goes hand in hand with the government agenda of looking for opportunities that foster further development through Kiswahili language.
Sisi wadau wa Kiswahili tunaamini kuwa uamuzi huu wa kizalendo utawawezesha Watanzania wengi.
Kiswahili stakeholders believe that this patriotic decision will allow Tanzanians get opportunities in translations, writing and publish of books that will be used by foreigners.
ITV na Radio 1 wamekuwa na mchango mkubwa sana katika kukuza na kueneza lugha ya Kiswahili.
There shall be awards for media houses that have performed well in using Kiswahili language.
Ya bara la Afrika na duniani kwa ujumla.
Now, one day after President Dr. John Magufuli directed an immediate resolution to the problem of students studying outside classrooms, as well as the deteriorated conditions of buildings at Kingongo Primary School, Saranga Ward, Ubungo Municipal in Dar es Salaam, be found construction of 8 classrooms has begun and is expected to be completed within the coming 2 weeks, and for students to continue with their studies.
Wanasoma. Swala la miundombinu uchache ni kutokana na idadi kubwa ya wanafunzi ya wazazi.
They are learning. The issue on fewer infrastructure is due to the high number of parents who have responded well to the call to bring children to school.
324.
Mashine zote, materials zote zipo, kwa sababu chini ya mkurugenzi wa manispaa fedha zipo, kila kitu kipo. Kwa hiyo tuko kazini.
We are laying the foundation. We have all the necessary equipment and finance is available.
Mimi inaoshughulikiwa sasa ndio changamoto yangu ya kwanza ambacho nilichokuwa nahitaji ndio hiki.
What they are doing now is my first priority, the construction of classrooms. They were just too many students per classroom.
Alafu madarasa yalikuwa 10, matatu hayaingiliki, yaliyobaki ndio wanafunzi wanajikongoja.
Tanzania National Service has halted volunteer training for 2020-2021 for 12,000 youth that were to begin in various camps in the country due to internal issues whereby youth had already reported to camps have been told to return home.
Mafunzo hayo yamesitishwa kwa muda mpaka hapo itakapotangazwa.
Training has been suspended until further notice. As a result, the Army requires all those selected to report in camps to go back home, and those that have not yet reported not to do so until further notice.
Warejee majumbani kwao, na wale ambao walikuwa bado hawajaripoti wasiende kuripoti makambi waliopangiwa mpaka hapo itakapotangazwa tena.
Now, the price of cooking oil has continued to rise to the point of being sold for between 26,000 to 29,000 for 5 liters from 20,000, while 1 liter is being sold for up to 5,000 from the previous prices of 3,500 shillings.
Bidhaa mafuta kiukweli iko juu. Tofauti mwanzo mwaka ulivyoishia na ulivyoanza ni tofauti.
The price has gone up when you compare to that at the end of the year, The price of oil is now at 25,000.
Kidogo ni mawese bei yake kidogo niko chini.
The price of palm oil is cheaper, so our customers buy both. We buy at 40,000 per drum.
Mafuta sasa hivi ni ya hali. Lita moja 5,000.
The price of oil has gone up. 1 liter costs 5,000. A 20-liter drum costs between 80 to 82,000.
Sasa namwomba Mheshimiwa Rais kama anatusikia atutetee sisi wanyonge, mafuta yashuke bei.
And students who sat for their Form 4 and 2 national exams in Geita Islamic Secondary School, Geita region, have not received their results after the headmaster of the school was alleged to have run off with money for exam payment, something that led parents and students to protest so as to demand the results.
Mwaka 2020 tulifanikiwa kufanya mtihani.
In 2020, we sat for the O-level examination, but to date, we've not received results.
Na tumejaribu sana kuangalia.
Nachoniuma ni kwamba mpaka sasa hivi sijapata.
What is disappointing is I've not yet received results for 2 of my children.
Hadi kafikia level mwenyewe akakiri akasema bana mimi zile hela nilikula.
He confessed that he had not paid the money to the National Examination Council, but had spent it. So the school had a meeting and it was decided that we will pay for all students, so results can't be released.
Nimemwelekeza mwenye shule, mmiliki wa shule hiyo, ahakikishe.
I've instructed the owner of the school to make sure by tomorrow 10 a.m. he brings examination payment receipt, so results can be released.
Kama mkuu wa shule alikusanya ada ya wazazi na akatoroka na fedha hizo, hilo sio jukumu la mzazi tena, ni jukumu la mwenye shule. Aliyeruhusu hela zikusanywe na zikae kwa mkuu wa shule mfukoni badala ya kulipa benki.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows next. And in international news, a few days after Uganda held their general elections on January 14th, where President Yoweri Museveni was re-elected for his 6th term in office, election observers under Africa Elections Watch organization have said that the elections significantly went against human rights and were deceptive.
Africa Elections Watch had over 2,000 election monitors in the Uganda general elections. The coalition has documented widespread violations of human rights as well as deliberate disregard of the election process, and I meant human rights abuses. 4 days after the announcement of President Yoweri Museveni's win, we received information of the arbitrary arrest and illegal detention of 223 people, including Bobi Wine, in the post-election period in Uganda. This is in addition to reports of continued abductions and intimidation of opposition agents and human rights defenders. The African Elections Watch is now calling on Africa, and indeed the world, to speak out on the situation in Uganda. The announcement of Yoweri Museveni as the winner of the presidential election comes in the wake of widespread human rights violations that are already documented. President Yoweri Museveni and his administration have, among other things, mismanaged the elections, suppressed the right to freedom of expression through an internet and social media shutdown, used the security forces, including the military deployment, to intimidate members of the political opposition and their supporters ahead of and during the election. They've intimidated the media through state violence and direct intimidation of journalists personally.
The government of Rwanda has announced a ban stopping people from entering or leaving from Kigali for 2 weeks due to a continued increase in new coronavirus infections, a directive that has begun to be implemented today. Out of 11,259 people that were infected with coronavirus, 56% of them were infected in the past 50 days. 65% of people who died from the virus also died in the past 50 days. As the government, we are forced to go back to lockdown measures. Statistics shows that out of 10 people in Kigali, 1 person is a carrier of COVID-19 virus. And that is the end of international news. Business news follows shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and in business news tonight, the National Microfinance Bank NMB has received a major profit from participating in the 57-year revolution celebrations, where a large number of customers joined the bank through their Fanikio account.
Tumekuta wafanyabiashara wale wadogo kabisa, wakati na wajuu.
We have met small and large-scale entrepreneurs. As a bank, we are determined to reach out to all of them and fulfill their financial demands.
Kwa upande wa wizara, tutarudi kwa nguvu.
The ministry will continue to hold these exhibitions in different dimensions so as to sensitize entrepreneurs in the country.
Maonyesho haya ili aweze kupata mwamko mkubwa zaidi.
Mobile company Tigo has launched a Tigo Pesa payment service called Lipa kwa Simu that is aimed at simplifying payments for entrepreneurs to be able to purchase and sell goods easily, quicker and safely.
Leo hii tuko hapa Kariakoo kuzindua huduma hii.
In Kariakoo today, we are launching this service that is ideal for traders in shops and markets.
Mteja yoyote atakapolipa kwa mfanyabiashara yoyote.
Any customer who will make any payments through this system will have to call Tigo customer care in case of any transaction reverse. And again, the transaction will not be reversed without consent of the trader. The system has been designed to help traders collect their revenues easily.
Wasaidia wafanyabiashara kukusanya na malipo yao.
Air Tanzania Company Limited, ATCL, has begun its trips from Arusha region as part of a way to promote tourist activities and other businesses inside and out of the country, including vegetables, fruits and flowers. We received comments of our clients who wish to travel through Arusha, a region which is a hub of tourism in the country. This route is aimed at contributing to tourism activities in the region by simplifying transportation through Air Tanzania. We are calling on stakeholders to use Arusha Airport, as today Air Tanzania has resumed their routes in the region. And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows shortly.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away away first time. Good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 metres. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lent.
Welcome back, and in sports news. The national team Taifa Stars has succumbed to a 2-0 defeat in their first CHAN game against Zambia. Now, Zambia had their first goal through a penalty of Colin Sikombe before Emmanuel Chabula netted the second. Moving on, Fenerbahce defeated MK Ankaragücü 3-1 last night's Super League game, with Mbwana Samata and Mame Thiam finding the net. Here's more on the story.
Into this encounter, the Yellow Canaries had gone on a run of 5 consecutive wins in all competitions, with their last outing a 1-0 triumph over Kasim Pasa in a Turkish Cup game where Samata scored the only goal. They extended their blistering form as they stepped up their bid for 20th League DM. Senegalese forward Thiam handed Errol Bulletsman the lead at the Skuru Sakargolu Stadium after 28 minutes with a simple tap-in after goalkeeper Ricardo Frederick had fumbled his first shot. It was the turn of the Tanzanian star Samata to find the net 6 minutes later. Profiting from a pass from Thiam, the striker, who is on loan from Aston Villa, outclassed 2 of his markers before turning the ball into Frederick's net.
David Alaba has reached an agreement to join Real Madrid on a free transfer in the summer, bringing to an end a 13-year spell at Bayern Munich. Here more details.
The defender will sign a 4-year deal with the Spanish champions in the next few weeks. The Austrian's dream has always been to play for Real Madrid, and he will go there having turned down approaches from, among others, Liverpool and PSG. Bayern have made 3 separate contract extension offers, but the player had made his mind up and wanted a new challenge. A pre-contract agreement has been drawn up and will be signed after the player has passed his medical. The deal is not directly linked to whether the Real Madrid captain Sergio Ramos will stay at the club or not.
More than 20 years into his professional career, Zlatan Ibrahimovic is still setting new career best goal-scoring marks. Here's more.
The AC Milan striker fired both goals for AC Milan on Monday as the Serie A contenders took down Cagliari 2-0. Ibrahimovic now has 12 goals through just 8 Serie A games, putting him level with Lautaro Martinez and Romelu Lukaku for second in the league and behind only Cristiano Ronaldo. Yet Ibrahimovic has played less than half the games as the duo of Inter stars, with the 39-year-old striker having started the season in incredible form. The Swedish star has found the net in 9 successive starts in a top 5 league for the first time in his 2-decade-long career.
And Stephen Curry has scored 26 points on Monday night as the Warriors rallied from a 13-point fourth-quarter deficit to defeat the Los Angeles Lakers 115-113. Here's the report.
Golden State trailed the Clippers by 22 in the third quarter before storming back for a 115-105 win on January 8th. This morning, Lakers sprinted out to a 19-point lead in the first quarter and dominated the first 42 minutes. Dennis Schroeder led Los Angeles with 25 points, including 14 in the first quarter, as the Lakers led 34-15 with 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Anthony Davis had 17 points and 17 rebounds. Next up, Warriors host the Sacramento Kings tomorrow, while the Lakers begin the 7-game road trip on Thursday against the Milwaukee Bucks.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbo. Thank you for watching and good night.